Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. I've got the new PING G400 driver to test. I've got the whole range. The 3 drivers, the irons, the fairway woods, the hybrids, and the crossover. All the reviews will be coming soon, but I'm starting with the PING G400 driver just on its own. Last time we saw a PING launch was 2 years ago when they dropped the number. They went from G30 and then the very next product came out was just PING G. And they said, we're done with the number, no more number. Well, they brought the number back. We're at G400 now. And we see signs of the G driver in this, but we see differences aplenty. And this driver looks mean. It is a real mean looking thing. I feel like in the last year, 2 years of PING products, there has definitely been a changing of the guards at PING, with I think the great-grandson of Karsten Solheim now has taken over. And the looks of these new PING clubs look incredible. For as long as I know, PING have always made incredible golf clubs. And now they're blending that with a mixture of incredible looks, modern looks, cutting edge. And this is no exception. This is the standard G400 driver. There is an LS Tech version, a low spin tech, so lower spin if you need it. An SF Tech, which I will test in the other videos, they'll come soon, don't worry. But the G400 is where I'm going to start. What we see in similarities to the G driver, we have turbulators across the top, so these little fins across the top to help reduce airflow, but they've gone thicker and is not as long. So they're actually a bit more pronounced as you look at them. They look a bit more meaty, bolder. Dragonfly technology across the back of the golf club. They've stripped weight from the crown, stuck it underneath. There is still the vortex at the back, which helps with airflow. But now there's this new dimpling edge to the back of the golf club. It's like a dimpled skirt to the back of the golf club. That's helping, again, more airflow across this head. The head's a smaller size. It's not 460. I don't know the number of the size, but again, that's a way of reducing airflow. I don't think they'll shout about the fact it's not 460 because it might put a few people off it not being as forgiving. But what they're saying is they're going to back it up with more weight back and as low as possible. They're claiming the furthest back centre of gravity of any driver on the planet. And they've done that with a tungsten weight and a high density weight in this copper weight right at the back of the golf club. So we've got tungsten and high density weight as far back as possible. And it's those 2 weight components what move in the LS Tech and the SF Tech to help it fly differently. But the heads are identical, the same. We've got changeable lofts around the neck. It goes up and down by 1 degree, and it also goes up and down by 0.6 of a degree. New shaft. This is the tour shaft. The normal shaft is actually copper when you look at it this way round, so when the head is up. When you spin it round, it actually goes black. Looks really cool. I've got that in the hybrid and the crossover, but I've not got it in the drivers. I've got the tour ones in the driver. New feature as well, multi-compounds now are going to feature much more on PING clubs. I believe they're dropping the PING grip completely, and they're actually going to have any grip you want in different sizes. Right, let's give this a hit. I've got it on GCQuad. I'm hitting real ProV1s. This is the PING G400. I've tugged it a little bit left, but I've absolutely crushed that. That felt awesome off the head. And it's a very different noise to what I would see as a PING driver. So that was 279 for a 301. I felt like I hit it really well, even though I just slightly pulled it left. Spin rate pretty low for the standard version. It came out well, it came out very flat. It sounded completely different to a PING driver that I know. I've always known PING drivers to be very loud and pingy. This didn't seem like that. It seemed more dead. And they have done internally more work to make that sound dead. That was actually really nice. Club head speed on that was 112. Now, typically, I'm about 110 with a driver, and I wasn't trying to hit that any harder. And that was saying I was 112. I'll take the averages at the end of the test. Let's go for the second shot. Yeah, just slightly pulled it again, just offline. I mean, they're just starting left, not perfectly in line. A little bit lower on the head that time. It wasn't as good a hit. Be interesting to see if club head speed was still fast. Yeah, just slightly pulled both of those two there. Kind of just started straight left off the face. 266 carry. Yeah, 2.8 spin, not as good that time. Ball speed just dropped a little bit. Yeah, 111.7. You can see strike location there. Not that far off centre, if I'm honest. It fell a long way off centre. Let's go again. Oh, there she is. There she is. It took me a couple just to find out where that middle of the club is, and that is smashed. That felt awesome, and I love the sound of that. It's been the one thing that's typically put me off Ping drivers is that sound. It's always quite, it's too loud and pingy for me. And certainly with the new kind of multi-component drivers starting to come out with the carbon, they've all sounded a little bit more dead. And this has more of a dead sound. That was a great flight, much more online. Spin rate was low on that one. Not bad, 2.5. Ball speed again, club head speed again up at 111. And I'm not honestly trying to hit these particularly hard. And I'm normally 110 club head speed. I feel like I might just be picking up a couple of extra ones here. The club face on this as well is a forged face. And they're claiming it's 16% thinner, therefore giving even maximum ball speed. What I like about Ping, they're kind of subtle about it. They're saying it might pick up a 1 mile per hour, 2 miles per hour extra ball speed, which equates to like 5 yards. Well, that's okay. It's been 2 years since you brought a product out. So 5 yard claim of distance is pretty spot on. I like that. I've always been a big fan of how Ping have marketed themselves. They've never pushed it out too excessively. It's a good shape head, actually. It's a shape that appeals to my eye a lot. It does look very, almost like Batmobile-esque with its all little features and stuff, but it's not offensive. Oh, that is nailed. I'm a big fan of that ball flight. That was nailed. 113 club head speed. It does feel fast. The head feels fast, and that sounds like a daft thing potentially to say, but it feels like I can swing it much faster with it being slightly smaller, with all of its little features of reducing airflow. It does feel fast. 112 club head speed. Good strike location, cut it a little bit higher off on the face there. Spin rate dropped down. I think the spin rate on the LS Tech will probably suit me most. They're 4 okay golf shots. Probably the second one was a little bit off-centered hit and didn't perform quite as well, but it was still a decent enough hit. Let's hit one more. Sorry, I just have to find a T-peg there. Right. One more with the G400. One thing I've not mentioned yet is the head cover. Boxing glove, as you would expect, but it has kind of this mouth-type look to it at the end of it, almost like a duck's beak, which actually makes it quite easy to pull on and off. Certainly put the head cover back on again. It sits a fraction open, actually. And it feels a little bit short in the shaft. I do like it. It feels like a controlled golf club. Yet it has got a bit of meat in it as well. Yes. The sound is ridiculously better than Ping drivers that I've known in the past. There's much deader noise. I think a lot of players will like that. That was a tiny bit lower on ball club head speed, 110. I'm definitely averaging higher than that. You can see there from the 5 shots, I've hit 1 up to the right, 4 slightly drawing to the left. That's probably a little bit more my draw shape coming back a smidgen more than what I'm used to of recent dates. But look at the strike locations. And if we look at the averages across those 5 shots, I did really enjoy that. Apart from the second one that I didn't particularly hit great, and it did come down on distance. We look at the averages there. So carry distance at 278. There was that real low one in there at 266, but the rest of them have been around 280 and even one popping into 292. Ball speed across the board at 161.5 on average. Not really dropping that much or that high either. So pretty good numbers there on the ball speed. Spin rate averaging at 2,470. That was an average of the 5 shots. I do think I'll see averages lower with LS Tech. I will test that next, coming soon. So 2,470 on the spin rate. But look at club head speed, 111.6. That's pretty fast. I reckon I've picked up, like I say, I would normally say I'm averaging at 110. I don't particularly feel the loosest I've ever felt today, so it's not as if I'm getting that by any extra me doing anything different there. I feel like I was swinging at exactly the same swing speed as I would do any driver, and I'm much nearer to 110 normally. That's reading there at 111.6. I'll do a head-to-head with that and a driver, let's say an Epic, and see if there's any difference in club head speed. That'd be interesting to see. I like that. I thought that worked well. I thought it performed really nicely. The ball flights were good. The sound was really impressive. Like, really impressive sound. And it looks smart. So, like, stealth looking. With the Ping, massive big Ping logo. It's very aerodynamic. It's really been crafted well with the forged face for thinness, adjustability, dragonfly turbulators, dimples, vortex. It's got it going on. High intensity weight at the back, or high density weight at the back, shall I say, and a tungsten weight. Feels like it's got a lot of things going for it. I think it's going to be an incredibly popular driver. Again, the Ping G range has always been an incredibly popular driver. I'm now going to test the LS Tech version, which really would have replaced the I driver a number of years ago. I still feel like I wish they brought out an I driver. I'd like the LS Tech version to be the i400. I think that would be quite a cool little addition, but if not, they've stuck to the roots and gone G400 as the LS Tech version. I will be testing that next. Guys, if you've enjoyed the video, hit like, comment below. What do you think of the looks of the new Ping G400 driver? Does it tickle your fancy? Do you like the look of it? Or are you not a big fan? Let us know down below. That was good. I like that a lot. I think there's going to be lots of good G400 ranges. I've always liked Ping because they don't claim to go 20, 30 yards further. They just make small enhancements to improvement in performance and lots of enhancements to looks to make it look better. And they've definitely done a good job of that. The copper finish looks good. Right, guys, I'm going to move on to the LS Tech version coming next. Stay tuned for that. I'm then going to do the irons, hybrids, fairway woods, and crossover. Stay tuned for lots more of that to come. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. And that was the Ping G400, just a standard driver. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.